Hi, Maggie and Kay here. We're going to show you how to make an album cover using Architape. And we're going to use ivory Architape. And Architape is our professional cloth bookbinding tape. It's absolutely fabulous, very sticky, and creates a beautiful finished edge on your album covers. So the first thing we're going to do is stick the spine to the front cover and the back cover. So you need to take a piece of Architape. It's going to run all the way round like that. Take off the backing and you want to put it on to your spine, probably about 1/2 inch in. You can see like that. It doesn't have to be exact, but you need no less than that really. And then you're going to take your back cover and you need to allow a minimum of 1/4 inch aperture between the spine, 1/4 inch gap. I'm doing this by eye, but you can obviously place a ruler along the edge to measure it up, but make sure, because this tape is so sticky, put a little bit of the backing on it so your ruler doesn't stick to it. And then we're just going to fold that end up. I'm going to bring this one down, keep bringing it down, and then just trim it bottom there, and then you'll give it a good burnishing. And I'm using a Teflon bone folder, so this won't mark or make the cloth shiny. So we'll just do the other side as well. And this side with no join will be your right side. So just along the edge. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So make sure that your join is going to be on the same side. So each person finds this different. I'm just going to turn that over. I'm going to line it up again by eye. But you will find the easiest way for you. Each person does things differently, and you should have enough tape in your kit to actually make another album cover if you've purchased an odd album cover. So we're just going to run that round, flip it over, keep going round, trim it, burnish again well. And then you can see here I'm not quite straight, and I've got probably less than 1/2 inch. You can see I'm actually quite close there. You should be fine. Now this is your right side, so now you're going to take your another strip of Architape. You're going to measure it so you have an overlap each side. You don't need as much as that. I've just done it to be overly generous. And we'll just take this off. And you want to take your Architape off. I find it easiest. Cloth side here. Just push your fingernail on it, and the corner should lift up like that. So again, now this is very sticky, this tape. Put it on so you have about 1/2 inch again overlap. Turn it over. That's not quite, it doesn't matter that it's not quite straight, but as long as you've got a good overlap. And we're just going to trim here and here. In your kit you'll have a shim which looks like this, and a shim is actually the width of your grey board. We've stuck another piece on, so you've got a double width here, and it's the double width that you need to allow for your space when you cut your corners. So take a piece of your backing tape, place your shim on there, double-sided, and then just make a mark, and that is where you're going to cut across. Okay, and you're going to repeat that exactly the same for the other side.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just repeating the other side. And then you will see, you can see the gap between the edge of the tape and the grey board. That's a double shim width, and that's what you need. So you've cut your corner. What you're going to do now is take this corner edge, just fold it over like that, burnish it down well, and we're going to repeat exactly the same for the other side. So that's stuck down well. Then you're going to push that down, and you want it pushed in very slightly. You can do this with your fingers, you can do it with a bone folder, whatever is easiest for you, but make sure it's well and truly flattened. And the same for this side. And just push it in and flatten it down a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to take your board, lift it up, just rest it on the edge for a minute. And then you're just going to run along with your bone folder. Keep the same side here. Okay. And then we're going to repeat exactly the same for the other side. Right, so we've covered our long sides, and now we need to finish off doing the shorter sides. So cut a strip of tape, and what you want to do is place it behind there, and you want to mark a line across there, across there, and then you're going to rotate it round, line that back up again, and to there, and you're going to make another mark. Okay, so you should end up with pointy ends like that. And we're going to snip those.
You're doing this off?
Sorry, snipping those off. If you find your scissors get gunked up, you can use a furniture polish to take the glue off, or you can use nail polish remover, nail polish remover pads. So that's your piece stuck, and the idea is that it's going to mitre exactly that corner, and I can see that's a bit too long, so I'm just going to snip that a little bit more. Okay, so that lines up nicely. That's still a bit long, so we'll just snip a bit more off. Okay, now this is really important. Make sure that you do this on the right side, so there are no joins in your spine, because if you have the joins on the outside, they will show on your finished project. So I'm just going to take this off. Same as before, just get your nail on the cloth side, take the tape off, and then you're going to line it up on the corner and on the corner. Burnish well, and then you're just going to turn it over, bend it down, give it another good burnishing, and that's your inside done. Now you can see your joins here. These won't actually show inside because you'll have your spine fitted, and you'll also have your cover liners fitted. But if you left that on the outside like that, they would show at the joins. So it's better to do it this way. So then you repeat and do exactly the same thing on the other side. And it's important, just take your time with this, because this is your finished bit, and it doesn't take long once you know how to do it, but it's just the time, because this is the first thing people are going to see when they look at your cover. If you find you've placed your tape wrong, don't worry, there's plenty in the kit, but also the tape is very sticky. You can re-stick it, but you might need to use a little bit of PVA, something like that to attach on top. And that's your finished outside Architape cover. See that there? And your mitered corners, which will be covered. You could probably actually make your cuts a little bit longer, but will be covered with your cover liner there. So that will all be neat and tidy, and there's no grey board showing.